Hi, this is Kristen, and I'm back again, this time with my friend Maddie. And she actually is one of the students that went with me on my very first backpacking trip to the Smoky Mountains. She agreed to do a little interview with me and maybe help you get to know me a little bit better. So here is Maddie, and Maddie, feel free to ask anything you want from me.
Okay. Well, of course, I know quite a bit about you because you've known me since I was
Itty bitty.
But tell me a little bit about, your childhood, growing up, kind of how things started out for Kristen.
All right. I'm the eldest of 3 kids. I'm of the Generation X. Yes. And so my generation, we were always outside playing. And I am very thankful to my parents for that. Actually, we had a 3 or maybe it was 5 acres, I'm not sure exactly, but we had a barn, we had woods, we had just so much area to explore and just to have fun. And so me and my younger brother and sister, we would be climbing trees, we would get lost in the cornfield. We would just have so much fun as young kids, and so often we wouldn't come home literally until it was dark outside. And so that's just what we did. And so I think as a very young child, I think just exploring just was in my nature. But also in my nature was caring for my siblings and just caring for others. And I think that led into me getting married very young and also having kids very young. I just wanted to care for other people. And so all that to say, even my first jobs, I was a waitress. I worked as an administrative assistant to 4 different bosses. I ended up working at a church for many years. I worked as a preschool teacher, and then I also worked as a children's ministry and student ministries director. I just loved serving and helping other people. So I think that's just kind of in my nature. Nature. No pun intended, or maybe. But just always wanted to help others. And also, I love being out in nature and exploring. So that's a little bit about me growing up.
Yeah. So how, in all of that busyness, like being a mom, working lots of different jobs, how did you end up going on your first hiking trip, backpacking, that kind of thing?
Okay, well that's interesting as well, because in student ministries, one of the first things I was told to do was to take the students on a backpacking trip. Now, I had never been backpacking, but also as a people pleaser, I wanted to make sure my boss was happy. So I tried to learn as much as I could about backpacking, and didn't know very much, but we took the students backpacking to the Smoky Mountains, and that was your first trip as well, I think, or maybe
it was my second
trip. Okay,
but my first one was much smaller, so it was practically my first.
It was my first trip, so you were more experienced than your leader. Okay. Yes, so that's how I ended up going on my very first trip.
Okay, and we survived the trip. It went pretty well.
Barely.
But what was it about the trip that made you think, like, I could do this, like, I enjoy this, that kind of thing?
Well, what made me think that I could do it, I don't know that anything made me think I could do it, but what made me think I wanted to do it was just the fact that I loved being out in nature. I loved the quiet. I loved the idea of being able to carry everything on my back. I know that sounds a little insane, but everything I needed to survive, I could carry. The fact that my food was with me, my shelter, my my sleeping bag, even though it was a terrible sleeping bag.
It was a cold trip.
It was a very cold trip. Our first shelter was literally called Ice Water. And then just the stillness. It was just so beautiful hearing nature all around me and being able to walk and hearing the students just interact with one another and not being distracted by the other things of life, the busyness of the world. That was beautiful to me, and to be able to experience that time, was precious.
So we were on the AT for most of that trip, I believe.
I think so, yeah.
Was that your first introduction to the AT, or what from that trip kind of got you hooked on the AT?
Well, I think it was meeting those hikers, our first AT hikers. And they were so kind, just them interacting with one another. It was unlike anything I'd ever heard before, but then them also being kind and talking to us, you know, and sharing their experiences with us, even though they were only a few hundred miles into their journey of a 2,200 mile journey. They were only 200 miles in, but they had already formed a bond with each other, a friendship with one another. It was just so amazing to me. And their kindness to us, they didn't know us, but their kindness to us and sharing their knowledge and their love for the trail, it was unlike anything I'd ever experienced. And I had worked in a church setting. I had worked and this was just beautiful to me.
Yeah. So did you know after that trip, were you like, I want to do this someday, or did it take more trips?
It was immediate. I remember praying in the shelter that night, God, can I do this too? God, can I do this one day too?
12 years ago.
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yes.
So when did you know you were going to do it? Like, how, I know this is a huge undertaking financially, logistically. When did you have to start planning and commit and be like, I'm going to do this and this is how I'm going to do it?
I think I knew that I was going to do it after we had gone on our trip on the John Muir Trail. When we had gone out to California and experienced the John Muir Trail, which is just a small section of the Pacific Crest Trail. And we met some of those hikers. And they had the same sort of bond. I knew, okay. And that was a really, really hard trail. But I knew that, okay, I want to do this. I'm going to actually actively train even harder and save and work towards this goal, and tell other people that I'm going to work towards this goal. It's one thing to dream about something and internally have this goal and dream, but it's another thing to share this dream with someone else and to have some accountability about it. That's a whole nother thing.
So how are you going to do this? Like, it's 6 months, you're not going to be working during it. It's expensive to do. You have to prep all your food, all your gear, and everything. So what's that going to look like?
Well, for the last 4 years, I've been working 2 jobs, not just one. So I took on not just my full-time job at the church, but then I also took a part-time job as a chaplain for the last 4 years to be able to save up in order to do this. Had plenty of money saved up to do this, and then I got the harebrained idea that I wanted to have LASIK eye surgery done in order that I didn't have to wear contacts or glasses, because
that makes sense.
I'm going to let you know that when you get into your 40s, you have to all of a sudden wear these readers too. And I was like, I don't want to have to do either one of those. So, because that's a lot of hard work when you're hiking. And so I depleted a lot of my AT fund, and so I had to work even longer to be able to get that back up again. And so it's back up. We're good. So it's time to go.
You're like ready.
I'm ready. It's time to go.
So this is, in a way, this is a big risk because you're leaving your jobs,
leaving 2 jobs,
leaving your husband and family.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any fears about any of that? Any fears about the actual trip itself, day to day, that kind of thing?
Well, let's see. I don't have any fears about the job because a job is a job, and I know that I can get a job when I come back.
Yeah.
I can do whatever I need to do. If I need to go to Chick-fil-A and make the chicken, I'll make the chicken. I'll figure it out. That's what we do. We just figure it out. As far as my husband, he's been married to me for 30 years. He's so supportive of me and my dreams. I'm not concerned about him. My kids are all grown. My last 2 are in college. I'm so proud of them. I know they're going to do great. In fact, they've been on so many hiking trips with me. I wanted them to go on this with me. I even tried to encourage a gap year, but they wouldn't do it. But I do think they're going to come out and visit me on a little bit of the trail. I'm not worried about them at all. Fears, I'm scared of literally everything on the trail, honestly. But the thing about fears is you got to overcome them. So I've worked really hard at whenever I come to a fear, I just try to tackle it head on. Didn't know I was scared of fire towers until I was hiking a trail, and then all of a sudden I start to climb up a fire tower, and then I said, nope, not doing this. And then I knew that I had to go back and tackle it. And so I did. And not only that, I had to make sure that I was going to be able to conquer it again. So I found 2 more different fire towers in Indiana that I could conquer, and so I did it. And so you just got to make sure that you don't let the fear overcome you, and you have faith. And that doesn't mean that I don't have wisdom, and if something is dangerous that I don't do it. But I'm not gonna not have the courage to press on when I just need to press on.
That's amazing, because I also am scared of everything on the trail.
Scared of everything.
Yeah. On the other side, what are you most excited about? What do you hope to walk away from this with? What are you looking forward, to in the day-to-day on the trail?
Okay, I'm most excited about not being distracted by the busyness of life, honestly. Life is just so busy anymore. We have so many distractions with the notifications on our phone, and I know it's even more evident now with Christmas time, if that makes sense, the consumeristic culture that we live in. I'm just ready to be out in nature and to experience the quietness, the stillness. I think I really noticed it most a few weeks back when I was on the Foothills Trail for my shakedown hike. It's a trail down in South Carolina, North Carolina area, and it's about 77 miles, and I did it over about 6 days. And what I noticed most is that I was able to slow down, not per se physically, because I was doing 12, 15 mile day hikes, but when I would encounter somebody, or when I would encounter something beautiful, I could stop and take the time to appreciate it. So when I met somebody on the trail, and I met so many beautiful, amazing people, I could listen to their story. I could get to know them and hear about their journey and what they were doing or what they had done. As where anymore, whenever we encounter people in our everyday life, people are too busy to talk to you. There's too much going on, and it's sad. It's sad that we're not taking the time to know people and to hear their struggles, to hear what they're excited about. And so I think that's one of the things I'm most excited about. I'm super excited about too, just about being in nature. I mean, that's something I haven't been able to experience a lot of since I was a kid. You know, just that childlike wonder of being, climbing a tree, or, you know, stopping and smelling the flowers, or walking through the grass. I mean, it's so much fun that we don't do anymore as adults because we're too busy adulting. So, let's do this. So that's what I'm excited about.
That
Slowing
makes
down.
me want to do it.
You're
convincing
come on,
me.
Maddie.
Maybe, I don't know.
Come
on. In terms of the hike itself, are there any like traditions or parts of the trail you're really looking forward to?
There are so many fun traditions on the AT. I mean, like there's a half-gallon challenge. Once you get halfway through the AT, you're supposed to eat a half-gallon of ice cream.
Oh my gosh.
Totally gonna do that, okay? I'm probably gonna get so sick. I don't even care. I love ice cream, by the way. The other thing that I want to do, I have followed so many people that have really cool traditions once they cross a state. You know, because there's 14 states, you know, whenever you're going on the Appalachian Trail. So I love to sing and I love to dance. I might not be able to dance very well, but I sure do try hard. So I think that every time I cross a state, I'm going to do a border boogie. And because my generation, we used to have different dances for everything, you know. So, and I know that this next generation has been doing that as well. I see the TikToks. I know they do. So I think for every state that I come across, I would like to do a different dance. And so I'm open to suggestions. You might have to teach me to dance.
You don't want me teaching you how to dance. Maybe Carolyn can help you with that
Somebody can teach me to dance, you know. But I would love to do a different border boogie as I cross each state. So yeah, I'm excited about that.
And that's a good like shorter term goal to have. Cross the state line, you do dance. That's fun. Well, is there any like piece of gear or anything that you got in preparation for the trip or for the trip that you're really excited to use?
Yes. So just recently, so speaking back to the very first backpacking trip where we stayed at Ice Water Shelter, I had the worst sleeping bag ever, and I froze. It was a 40-degree basic sleeping bag from Walmart, and it was so cold. So for this trip, I went totally bougie, and I got an Enlightened Equipment Enigma 10-degree sleeping bag, and I got a liner to go with it. So I am expecting, and I did sleep very warm in the Foothills Trail. Now I know I'm starting in a very cold month, but I am expecting to be very cozy, and I'm super excited about this sleeping bag. Yeah. This is going to be nice.
On your like rest days, whenever you get to towns and that kind of thing, what is your like go-to meal going to be? What are you going to beeline for?
Oof. I am always up for a good cheeseburger. I love cheeseburgers. French fries. I love any sort of pizza. Pizza makes my heart happy. I also know that I don't like salad. I'm just not a big salad person, but I do know that my body's going to crave some greens and want some greens. So I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be eating some greens when I get into the towns. So,
do you have any backpacking meals you're particularly excited about? I know that's a lot less exciting, but
honestly, as long as it's not a protein bar, I don't care.
Yeah.
Because over the years, I've had so many protein bars, and my body, it's like I can taste the protein now, and it makes me almost gag. So if you have a good protein bar that you recommend that doesn't taste like protein, I might be willing to try it. I don't know. Otherwise, I would just rather have some peanut butter on a tortilla.
If 2014 Kristen saw you now getting ready to leave for the AT, what would she think? What would her thoughts be? Would she be excited? You know?
I think she'd be proud of me. I think she'd be proud. that it wasn't just a dream, that she finally stepped out in faith and went for it, that she told somebody, and that she found a group of people that believed in her and that encouraged her and prayed with her and for her, and didn't let the naysayers talk her out of it. Found the people that would actually help train her to show her the right things to do. And yeah, I think she'd be proud.
I'm a little
sorry. It's you know, I'm not really good at patience. That's probably the thing I'm the worst at. I'm a type A go-getter. You want something done, I've got the 10-step process already for it being done. That's just the personality I am. So me having to wait this long and be this patient and save up to do this, it's just been hard. But I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it.
It's gonna happen. Wow, how do we follow up with that? In terms of, you know, your videos and your channel, is there anything that you hope that people watching, that what they take away, what they're inspired to do, what they learn, that kind of thing? Is there anything in particular that you're hoping people see?
You can do hard things, okay? I think that's definitely one of the things. You can do hard things. Dream the dream, for sure. You pray the prayer, for sure. Cry out to God. He hears our prayers. He loves you. He cares for you. Also, tell somebody that you've got that, you know, dream. Let somebody be your cheerleader and encourage you in that. I can't tell you how beneficial that has been for me to have a group of people around me that has helped not only encourage me, but has sharpened me in ways that I didn't know that I needed to be helped in. Like, girl, you're going to be up in the whites. You really need to be working on your upper body strength. You know, you're going to be doing some hand over hand stuff. You know, telling me things that I need to work on. So not just encouraging me, but also helping me grow in ways I didn't know I needed to grow. I want you to know that you can do hard things. You can dream the dream, but surround yourself with people that are going to help you to be a better you.
Well, how can people support you on your channels, mentally, physically, spiritually, while you do this like incredible trip, you know?
Awesome. Well, most important, you can definitely be praying for me, because all the prayer definitely does help. Encouraging words does wonders. Lifts people up. Just a nice word always helps. You can like and subscribe and share this channel with other people, because that does help me as well. And then if you want to also help me, if you want to buy me a meal, or if you want to
trail angels.
Yes, if you want to be a trail angel and buy me a meal in town or whatever, I've got my Venmo and my PayPal linked in the description below, and I would really appreciate that as well. So
Yay! I love it, and I'm excited to be able to see, you know, the whole journey. And who knows, maybe I'll join you for part of it. We'll see.
Well, you should. Being an OG, you definitely should.
You're gonna be going so fast though, and I'm gonna be going at a snail's pace.
Well, you can definitely meet me out of town.
Oh yeah. Yeah, at the very least.
Yeah,
so
enjoy a meal with me.
Yeah.
Everything that you've done to and be one of my people.
Oh,
you know, you got to find your people, and you're one of my people. And so I thank you for always being there for me, and I appreciate your love for Jesus, and just your smile and your encouragement, and just the way that you always are looking out for others and wanting them to feel loved, encouraged, and the way that they can pursue their dreams as well. And I hope that you continue to pursue your dreams and your calling. Okay?
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me and for your kind words. My goodness. Yes.
All right. Well, this is Kristen, and thank you for following. And until our next video, which is going to be probably all about the gear. So thanks for checking in, and until next time.